This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now today we are going to be talking about the new Epic game from Games Workshop, and why I didn't go after it. When I started doing research and I started looking at it, and this was a game, the original game, I absolutely loved, and I remember us having, I think it was like 20,000 points aside. It was the Space Marines versus the Gene Stealers, and it was absolutely insane. It was, we had everything that you can ever imagine, and it took us like half a day to set it up, and then we never finished that battle. No, we didn't. Matter of fact, we did it down in this was back in Connecticut. This was a lot of years ago. But I always loved the game. It was fun. It was something I could do with my younger son. He enjoyed it. We kept it nice and tight. We didn't have to take up a big area. And when they announced this, I was very, very excited about it. And I went, oh, wow. I didn't care if it was in Horus Heresy or whatever. But there seems to be a pattern with Games Workshop. And we'll talk about that in another video, where they tried to destroy, because they probably get so many letters a day for people to send them, asking, hey, why won't you redo Warhammer Quest? And you start to see a pattern. It's almost like a self-inflicted, knife wounds with this company, with the way they do things. Either they've got some of the worst marketing people on the planet, or this is intentional. I'm not saying it is. It isn't. First of all, one of the reasons I stayed away was the delay. The delay was absolutely ridiculous. Everybody was hyped for it, and then it got delayed till last week, and a lot of people forgot about it. I went up to our local gaming store, Bearded Brown Coat. If you're ever in Ocala, make sure that you stop by and see my boys. They take very good care of me, and they take good care of everybody, to be honest with you. And they do a great job of it. So if you ever get a chance, do that. And I asked, I said, how did it do? Because I went in there and I went in there for a comic box, and what I was going to do, I said, well, while I'm here, why don't I pick it up? And I was kind of teetering on getting it. And they said, well, we had a whole bunch of people that wanted it before, when it was going to release in August. And then all of a sudden, when we went to go break it out last week, nobody really ordered it. And then people came in afterwards and said, did you guys get it? Now they're trying to get some extra. It must have sold well, but there's a lot of flaws in it. Spiky Bits pointed a bunch of it out. The more I researched it when I came home, I said, should I, shouldn't I? And for these little 8mm or 10mm, whatever you want to call them, figures, the price is ridiculous. That's reason number two. The delay knocked me off, and then the price. To put 1,000-point army out on the field, okay, it's going to cost you almost $1,200, which is insane. You would expect that for $40K, not for 8-10 mil. The second thing that really turned me off was the fact that when you got that starter box, which they weren't calling a starter box, it was unbalanced. So if you just got that and you paid the $170 for that, it was completely unbalanced. And I looked and I went, well, according to the rule book, you can't make what you need here. And one side is is shorted, so you can't have a certain battle. If you want to do 500 points, you've got to spend a whole bunch more money, and then to balance it out, you've got to spend even more money. So it's almost like they're trying to say, "See, we told you. If we came out with it, nobody would care." No, you drive people away, because a lot of the stuff that's in the books now they're going to release in phases. So a lot of stuff that you kind of essentially kind of need or want to have to play, you can't get your hands on, and they're going to release in phases. Now they do this with 40K, I understand, but I mean, really? And then, for such a small armies. Now, yeah, I understand we used to play on bigger tables, but we used to have, 5,000 points. But they're saying just for the little bit that you get that you need to play on a 5x8. And I went, huh? Like, okay, this makes no sense whatsoever. It does, it seems it has a lot of the old rules which were good and also flawed, but it just kind of, the whole thing turned me off by how poorly this release was. And I wonder if it was done on purpose, because when after the two successful Warhammer Quest, even though it was a big change, Curse City, they tried to bury that game with those expansions. They buried that game. First of all, they came out, it was completely simple. I mean, it was there was no challenge to it whatsoever. Then they come out with expansion and they tell you, hey, go buy all these different expansions. Miniatures that you have to buy separately, and good luck if you can find them. So not only do you pay $70 for just rules, but you have to go out and pay maybe almost another $100 just to bring the thing in, which is almost the price of a game, and you don't really get any terrain or anything with it. It turned a lot of people off to Warhammer Quest, so they buried that game because they got tired of hearing everybody, hey, you need to come out with Warhammer 95. I mean, are they going to do the same thing with Space Hulk? They'll just come out with some crappy thing and bury that? Or, are they going to try to bury other things? I mean, the old world, look how that is already turning out. There's no box set officially, okay? They are putting something together. It's been delayed for a while. And are they trying to bury that so people will go, okay, this is not good. Let's go over to Age of Sigmar. I mean, is it a strategy? Could be. It's a theory. It's speculation is what I'm saying here. But, this is just one of those things that make you scratch your head. It really does. I don't understand when they have things that people love and they can bring in a new generation and print money. They refuse to. They do everything they can to drive you away, it almost seems. But, the problem is you've got 1,000 channels out there that, they'll send things to and that are pro Games Workshop. It's their bread and butter. They say the word Games Workshop and they get 10,000 people, watching them or clicks, that they are the authorities on this. And there is a deep-rooted, history-long following for this. And that's their bread and butter. So are they're going to sugarcoat things a little bit? Yeah. Are they honest? Yeah. There's a lot of good channels that cover Games Workshop stuff, and they make it look fantastic. They got the best terrain. They got the best, paint jobs because they're master painters, and heck, they just really make this stuff shine. And people go out and buy it in droves. And then when they start playing it, they find out how broken it is. It's sad, and especially with this, Epic, which I was really looking forward to. The only thing they haven't screwed up with yet, and they're trying, is Blood Bowl. And I'm waiting for them to screw that up. And once they do that, I'm done with them. But, you know, you keep holding out hope that things, you know, that maybe they'll straighten this out. Maybe there's some reason why they did what they did with Epic. I just think that this is not very good, and I'm actually considering staying away. Now, I may just go ahead and may be wrong, but from everything I've seen, I've watched a whole bunch of playthroughs. I've done my research, because you have to, you know, especially, you know, after paying for all my doctor's visits and stuff like that. You have to be conservative with your money, and I'm sure you guys do too. It's making smart decisions, so you research things. It's the beauty of YouTube. That's the beauty of reviewers and influencers. You know, seeing what they have to say and making your own decision out of it. And right now, this is not on my radar. Actually, I'm horribly disappointed. Hopefully that changes. We shall see. As always, until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon, everybody.